Evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. We'll do a little show tonight, see if any of the fans wanted to call in and chat about Tottenham. You're more than welcome. The link is at the top of the chat, I believe, and I believe Sheriff's pinned it. He's not about tonight. He's out, if you know what I mean. He's out. So Nige has kindly agreed to host the show with me tonight. Nige, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. You know, all is good in the world, as Sheriff would say. And yeah, I'm all right. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Not too bad at all. Been, not doing a lot up the allotment today, as they say, but, a little bit's better than no bit, isn't it? Little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. Right. Yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us this evening. I believe Ellie's going to join us at some stage. I've sent the invite out to a few people. Barbaric's in. Big up, Barbaric. Yeah, thanks for the message, mate. Please sub and like if you haven't. And he also comes in again with Forrester signing Ortega from City and Fratesi from Inter. Yet we're still sat on our hands. This club makes me angry. We'll get to that in a minute, Barbaric, but great comment. If you know any more, let us know, mate, because I haven't really been keeping an eye on it today. I don't even know the football. Did what happened with Chelsea and West Ham? Did that end up 2-2?
No, what Chelsea won in the last minute. They won 3-2.
All right. It's good for us, I suppose, isn't it? Andrew's in. Big up to Andrew. Hope you're well. Up, YouTube member Marianne is in the house. Good evening to you, Marianne. Hope you're well. Hope you're well on this Saturday evening. Milton's in. Big up to you, Milton. Hope you're well and not working too hard. And we'll come on to this next subject now. Nige, Marianne's asking you a question. Where are our new players?
That's a really good question. I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely mental. You read that message from Barbaric. I didn't even realise that they were in for Ortega and Fratesi.
Nor did I.
Crazy. Both of them would walk into the Spurs side and Tottenham are nowhere to be seen. Well, Ortega would be our number one.
Yeah, I would imagine, Nigel. Ortega, we haven't even gone anywhere near that if he's come to Forest, have we? We haven't even...
It's just nuts. Yeah.
We haven't even... Oh, yeah, it's mad. Any questions you've got, everyone, stick them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer anything.
You see the difference, though, don't you? Forest are in a relegation battle. And bang, they go out, get the players they need. Spurs are just doing what Spurs do, aren't we? You know, we got a good result in midweek, so we're okay. You know.
Yeah, it's almost like the heat's off a little bit, isn't it? In a way. Do you know what I mean? Results haven't been too bad as such. Should have beat Burnley, but they've won both the Champions League games.
Yeah.
So, just you know what it's like. Sometimes you can just go and spend a few quid on a signing, Nigel, and it's the right signing for you. And it just gives everyone a massive boost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Nige? But we'll talk about it. And Rodney's just saying we'll be okay in the long run. Come on, you Spurs. We'll bring TJ in on that point. How are you, TJ?
I'm all right, my friend. How you been? You guys been all right?
Yeah, all good, mate. Not too bad.
Yeah, sorry, I can't be on camera again. It's just I'm at work right now, so it's just easier just to come faceless, you know. But I hope you guys are all good.
Yeah, you're all good, man. You know you're all right with no camera anyway, so it's not like we don't know you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, what are you thinking then about this no one in and 3 days to go. TJ, what's your thoughts on it?
We clearly just didn't have a plan, like every other window. No plan. What happened to? We will have investment. We're very serious about January. Give this owner. I heard a few fans say give this owner until January to really judge if they have really changed. The new ENIC 2.0. That's what they wanted to paint this picture as. And for me, we've only signed an unexperienced left back in Sousa and Conor Gallagher, which certain fans are for him, certain fans are against. But it clearly is another window where we missed the mark, really and truly. Too many of them windows. Nothing's changed. 25 years of this absolute nonsense. They're not serious. They're not serious. That's all I have to say about it, really.
Yeah.
I doubt we're going to get anybody in. We definitely need. There's so many areas where we need to improve. We need, but we're not going to get anybody in. If we were serious, we would be doing our business at the start of the window. A team that is facing relegation. You know what? Hands on heart, let me tell you this. At least West Ham has shown ambition. You know why I say ambition? Nuno wanted Torre. Look at what they got. Like, at least they're showing some form of ambition. They're trying to bring players in. What is Tottenham doing, man? We're so fortunate that Chelsea beat West Ham.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, we was just saying just before you come on, TJ, that I said tonight just done us a favour, really. Chelsea coming back. Do you know what I mean? As far as down the bottom's concerned. Nigel, have you got anything to add to that? What TJ said?
No, he's bang on. It's where's the planning? Where is the planning? There is absolutely none. And yeah, we are lucky that West Ham ended up losing, because if they had won, they got Burnley next game. Who knows? Could have been 2-point gap by the end of next week. So we've got lucky there, but now it's time to act. Get a result tomorrow. Get some players in. We are absolutely desperate. And as far as the players we brought in, we don't need them. Gallagher's a good signing. I like Gallagher. He will be a good signing, but he's not a signing we needed in the area we needed to fill. Right? We needed those forward areas filled, and we needed maybe a ball player midfielder. We haven't got any of them. So it's just Spurs being Spurs. It's not even surprising anymore, is it?
No. So I'll put my little 2 pence in. I'm, even though I sort of up here know it's going to happen. Yeah, like it's just going to be that's it now. You might get one in that's very average. Can't see anything else other than that. But like TJ just said, the 25 years, it almost, you just don't expect it anymore. So when you do get 2 or 3 in, you think, oh, something might be changing, but it never has changed. And all the while they're up there, it never will change. All this about the 150 million, we want to compete for this and that and the other. I'm allowed to swear now. It's all bollocks, mate. It's all bollocks as far as I'm concerned. But there you go. I've got a question for Nigel here. Barbaric says, I'd like to ask Nigel a question. As you know, the 2 marks are very punctual. We try to be, Barbaric. We do try to be. Why are you being disruptive by making this stream start late? Over to you, Nigel.
I have to apologise. I was doing my hair, first thing. Secondly, if you had been here actually in the back room, you would have seen me sat in the stream for a good 5 minutes while Cookie was watching TV. Didn't even know I was here.
Didn't even know he was here. And I looked at the clock and it said, oh, whatever, a minute and I don't know, whatever it was. There you go. That's me. The telly's here. Right here.
Just like that.
What can I do? I know what is, you know where the telly is. I do the watch along, don't I? So I'm sat here like this. know. Is what it is. Is what it is. Didn't get much of an answer there, Barbaric, did you? Whether you believe him or not's a different story. A bit dodgy, Nige. You know what I mean? Let's see. Barbaric has come in again and said, Ben Jacobs, ... Nottingham Forest are close to an agreement to sign Inter midfielder David Fratesi on an initial loan. Yeah, Forest doing Forest things. They need people, and they're doing what they need to do to try and help themselves at the end of the day.
But even just that, sorry, can I just add something to that?
Go on, mate.
Look at Nottingham Forest. They're doing things to prevent themselves from going down. Why is Tottenham not doing things? This is my biggest issue. You see, West Ham, whether you think Traore is good or bad, that's your opinion. They're still doing things to try and keep themselves up. Now, Nottingham Forest, we're doomed if we don't sign people, man. We are doomed. And I have no faith in ENIC because if they were really serious, we wouldn't be where we are right now. It's been too long for people to defend them. You can't defend them. It's impossible to defend them.
Yeah, absolutely, TJ. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know anymore about what they're doing up there. Only the new bloke that's coming from City, I believe, knows really anything about football. You've got all that lot sitting up there. You've got Lang, God knows what he's doing. You've got Mackenzie, the scout, chief scout. What's he doing? Got no idea. And then it's just left to the players and the manager to get on with it. They must see that we've got injuries all over the gaff. And my bet is they're looking, I'll tell you what they're doing now, right? They've seen the win against Frankfurt. They've seen the win against Dortmund. They've seen a draw away at Burnley, right? City tomorrow. They're hoping for a draw or a win tomorrow. Yeah, if they get that, they won't get anyone because they'll say, well, the players are doing it. They ain't got beat. They're doing it out there. They've won a couple and drawn a couple or whatever. Why do we need to get anyone? We've got all this lot coming back soon.
I can't believe that we're not. I can't believe that we're not going out to get somebody. We've let Scarlett go out on loan, haven't we?
Yeah.
So literally, our front line is Tao, Odegaard, Solanke, and Mawani.
Yes.
And if any one or two of them get injured, we have nothing. We don't even have Scarlett anymore.
And the worst thing is,
be about to bring someone in.
The worst thing is, they're choosing to say they want to back Frank. Cool, keep Frank in the job. Who knows what Tottenham wants to do now? But at least back him. What's going on? What's going on? You're saying you want to keep Frank in. You have to provide him with the players. Look, I don't want Frank. I personally, you know my stance. I want Frank sacked. However, the club are clearly saying we want to keep him, so back him.
Yeah, back him or sack him, as they say, TJ.
Exactly. It's just and you know, we don't have no plan. It's clear. And anyhow, Sterling is an option for Tottenham. I honestly will freak out.
I don't think you'll be the only one, mate, to be honest.
No.
TJ. I don't think you will be.
How we signed Sterling, man. What has it come to?
He's not for me, mate, at the end of the day, but they'll just say we need players if they go down that route, and he is what he is, isn't he? He's just going to be another. He's not going to be fit, is he? He's barely played in the time that he's been away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so he's going to take time to get going again. We ain't got time. And what I can't understand is, I know we've got a couple of loan players. How many more loans are we allowed to have? Just asking. You've got Mawani and Paulinia.
I'm not too sure.
I'll have a look.
I didn't know if it was only 3. I've got a feeling you can only have 3 loans. I might be wrong, but I don't understand why they don't get out there and even get someone on loan to the end of the season. You know, I just don't. I don't understand.
Or you can have 4 loans apparently.
So there's 2 more then. So they could get 2 more loans if they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, but it's difficult. SBO, big up to you, mate. He says Man City only win against Tottenham Hotspur to continue chasing Arsenal. Yep. City have had a bit of a door left open for them. Obviously, Arsenal got to lose again at some stage. But 7 points. I'm sure they've got to play each other as well, haven't they? Nige, they'll have to, won't they?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not having any fan who wants Spurs to lose.
No, I'm not either.
You know what? We need a win. We need 3 points. In my opinion, we are with these 3 points. And if for me to judge if we can stay up, I'm looking at Man City as a fixture that we can win. You know, so we need to win that fixture. Yeah. Because if we don't win against Man City, man, I doubt we'll stay up. The way West Ham played today, yeah, they ended up losing, but West Ham right now is in form.
Yeah, I'm with you. I understand exactly what you're saying, mate. And SBO's in again. He says, Tottenham Spursy, sorry. You can play your game against Man City like you played against West Ham and Burnley. I think it could be a bit more difficult than that. Nige, do you want to say something? No?
Yeah, obviously a City fan, big up to you. We all hope City win the league, but we are not handing you this game at all. We need 3 points ourselves. Plenty of the season to go for Arsenal to drop points in other places and City to pick points up. But for me, this is a must-win game for Spurs. It's all about 3 points for Tottenham. Don't care what City do. Don't care what Arsenal do. It's all about Spurs.
Yeah, man. Agreed. Sod Arsenal. It's out of our control at the end of the day what happens with them, isn't it? We need to worry about our club and not worry about
not out
others.
Of our control because we're going to be playing Arsenal and I expect a performance. It's not. It's all in our control as well. I view football in a very weird way. You can only beat what's in front of you, and we are going to be playing Arsenal in 3 games? In 3 games' time?
Yeah,
if I'm correct.
Like
so we can't be dropping points right now. For me, if they are backing Frank, they need to bring players in. I expect.
TJ, just let me make it clear. I wasn't meaning that it's out of our control. I mean, it's out of our control what Arsenal do.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And that's why we should just worry about what we're doing.
Oh, 100%. Any Spurs fan that is thinking about other clubs, you need to get yourself checked in. The reason being because our club is the problem, and you should be more concerned about us than anybody else, really and truly.
Yeah. Leslie's in. Big up to Leslie. He says, "Hi all. We don't want to sign more Deadwood unless there is a significant upgrade on what we have. Thomas Frank told us he wouldn't bring anyone in for the sake of it. He did. He has said that. Only players that better the team. And the trouble is, they're looking at players and the prices of the players that better the team in a January. Yeah, Spurs won't pay the money, and that's why no one's coming in."
But can I just counteract this argument just to have a conversation, not directed at this this comment? I think it's a great comment, but didn't Frank also say he don't tolerate the bullshit policy? He don't like bullshitters. And look, now you see Basuma playing. So one thing can be right and another thing can be wrong, in my opinion. Like you can't obviously face value. The point is correct. We need to be bringing players in that want to be at Spurs. The same way we brought in Kolo Muani and he clearly doesn't want to be at Spurs. I can use that same description. So if Frank was bringing players that he wants, and it's not no short-term option, for me, Frank can say a lot. It's what the owners are truly doing.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation with Frank here, 100%, he matters. That's if they're backing him, because it doesn't work out if the owners are not backing Frank.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, TJ. I get what you're saying.
But a great comment, by the way.
Don't back anyone, though, mate. Do they? At the end of the day,
exactly. Great comment, by the way. Nothing directed at you, by the way. When I said that, I thought that was really interesting that you pointed that out. Because Frank has said a lot of things, and a lot of things have turned out wrong. You know, Frank has said a lot of things, and a lot of things have turned out right.
Yeah, I think with the Basuma thing, TJ, what I will say is as long as he's left Basuma out the team for what he did, and he said, look, basically you won't play again. There's a no dickheads policy. If you're gonna, you've had a couple of chances and you blew it. But in his defence, what I will say is, I don't think he had a lot of option, but to bring Basuma back in because we didn't have no midfielders.
All right, can I just as we're talking about this Basuma thing?
Yeah.
I could equally argue, just to have the conversation. Obviously, some people disagree with it, some people agree with it. I had it on Haz's show. However, you decided to the reason of punishing Basuma was originally for lateness. This is how it stemmed. That's what it stemmed to. And I could argue, just for an arguing point of view, that Frank shot himself in the foot in the, what do you call it? The cup, what's the cup called? The Super Cup, by not even including someone like Basuma. Because push come to shove, when we were 4-1 up, we needed someone like Basuma to come on, and he didn't have the option. So I could equally argue that Frank's judgment of punishment bit him in the foot, right? But then, as a player, you're like, yeah, you've left me out, and cool, whatever. Now my career is done. I'm gonna do what I'm not arguing that Basuma was right in this whole scenario.
No,
but
I know what you're saying.
But what I'm saying in terms of Basuma, it's quite weird that now you're playing him when you mostly need him, you know?
Yeah.
Remember, this is for them, it's a job as well. Remember, it's about respect. It's all we see it as fans like, oh, they don't play this way, that way, right? But for them, it's a job, it's a career. When you don't see eye to eye with certain people in a workplace, you might not want to do things for them. That's the walks of life. Even me, if I dislike someone, I might not want to do something for them. It's weird now. Obviously, I think Frank had the only option to bring him back, and now look, he's brought back in my opinion, I think Basuma has been one of a great performer since he's come back.
Yeah, he sort of solidifies it up a bit, doesn't he? Because he'll sit back
100%.
when others are going forward and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with Basuma, because there's going to be players coming back soon, and they're from suspensions. Mickey van der Ven's back, I believe. Conor Gallagher's back. We'll see if Van der Ven plays tomorrow, because they said he had a knock during the week. Who else is out there that can come back in? Tell, is it?
Tell, Tell's back. Gallagher. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Paulinia's played, didn't he? So let's see if Paulinia's fit.
They might go strong. How long is the Kulusevski injury for? Do you know when he's coming back?
I've heard
end of March. For the season. But yeah. I reckon
he'll be out for the whole season then. Fair enough.
I reckon Maddison will be back before Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maddison's on the grass, isn't he? Training now. I mean, not full training, but he's on the grass.
Yeah.
Kulusevski ain't even on the grass. So I don't know.
Yeah. Andrew's come in and said before Christmas, Thomas Frank said he'd have meetings with Vinay and Lang about the window, and their plans were all in place.
It's ironic, and look at where we're at now, right now, and clearly the plans were for Suso and Conor Gallagher.
Looks like it, doesn't it? How long? I wonder how long that meeting took. It weren't very long.
No.
Taking the piss, aren't they? Taking the piss. Just click on this one. Andrew says Nige was just being fashionably late.
Always good to keep people waiting a little bit, keep them on their toes.
That's it. That's it.
As Mr. Box Office says, it's better late than never, isn't it?
Yeah, better late than never. Exactly. You got it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Roy Parks in. Big up to you, Roy. Hope you're well, mate. Hello, boys. I have a feeling we can still get something out of tomorrow. Now, chaps, we just talked briefly about it, in and out with the questions. Try and answer this one a little bit. Roy's saying he thinks we can get something out of tomorrow. Lads, do you think we can get something out of tomorrow? Whoever wants to go.
I don't see why not. Yeah, cheers. I don't see why not. We've got a really good record against City for whatever reason. And you look at City's 11, you look at Tottenham's 11, City outclasses every time. But for whatever reason, Tottenham always get do well. Whether we don't always win, but we always do well. And this is going back, back to the days when City were at Main Road. I can remember always going to Main Road and thinking we'll win today. Obviously City were not the City they are now. But I just think we've got something over them. And I think they will know that. I think Pep knows that. And I think there's every chance we could get something. Is it going to be easy? No. And if City play well and we play well, City will probably win. But there's a big part of me that thinks, why can't we beat them? Because we do quite a lot.
Yep, fair play. TJ?
I'm on the same boat as well. I actually believe we will win tomorrow. As for me, we always have performed quite well. Whether we're good, whether we're bad, it seems to me like we're Man City's bogey team. And I hope we do win. I'm obviously not. I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure that we will win, but I'm in good belief that we could win 2-1 in my personal view. Just going off of our last game, and we hopefully the energy gets. But then again, we were saying that against Dortmund, and then we went to Burnley, and ended up drawing. So, but I'm just hoping that we can win. It's so important. It's because if we lose against this is how I see it. Man City, we win, but the next 4 or 5 fixtures is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to pick up points. So I'm hoping 3 points tomorrow. I'm also going to the protests.
Stuff.
Yeah, I will be doing a protest stream on Eugene's channel. So and it's going to be streamed on my channel as well. So feel free to drop in it. I can drop you guys the link.
Yeah, no worries, man. And keep an eye out for TJ's streams. He's flying at the moment. Hit the bell on him, and when he puts something out, and the same for Nige too. Hit the bell for Pure Coys and the subscribe button. And for us as well, the 2 mark.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, please do. Leslie's come in and said, Dane Scarlett, Hibernian v Mikey Moore, Rangers tomorrow. Interesting. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Who'd have Mikey Moore back tomorrow? Just ask him for a friend.
Yeah, I would. We need numbers. We're not buying nobody.
If you're not buying no one, you might as well have him.
100%. It's definitely going. It's definitely going to improve us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's just mad. All these players out on loan, and they've played in the first team before. They're all out on loan trying to, do their thing to show that they're good enough, and we can't buy a player in the transfer window. Yeah. You know what I mean? To help us out. So if you're not going to buy anyone, then call some of these people back. They're part of Tottenham, so it's just madness, mate. Absolute madness. Andrew's come in and said this window is the history of Enoch. Absolutely. Yeah. Milton says following Spurs has just made me numb to everything. Does anyone else feel like that?
I felt like that for the last couple of years, to be honest. I felt like that second season under Ange, even though obviously we did win something at the end, which was brilliant. And I had a small lift at the start of the season with the new manager and a few new signings. But right now, I feel exactly the same as I did last season. Yeah, I just think something needs to change massively at this club. And I know we're changing, the board and upstairs is changing. I know that takes time. I know this isn't an overnight fix, but it is draining supporting Tottenham at the moment. It really is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh yeah,
go on, TJ.
No, I was going to say I agree with that statement as well. It's quite hard to be a Spurs fan, when you're so back. Like, obviously, I'm Spurs through and through, right? But it's quite hard to support and really get into the Spurs spirit when your team is performing so bad on the pitch. I've got a question for you guys, if you don't mind me asking. What's your opinion about Levy selling his shares for 1 billion? The news around Levy is he's looking to sell his shares to someone. What's your opinion about it?
Can do what he wants with it, mate, can't he? At the end of the day, for me, you can say Daniel Levy's done a wonderful job since he's been at ENIC, since he's been part of ENIC and part of Spurs, as far as everything else but football's concerned. Again, I will say that I know Spurs spend money, right? We do spend money. There's no doubt about it. We spend it the majority of the time very incorrectly. And that's the only way I can put it. So they're employing the people to find these players, and then someone saying, yeah, sign it off. I want him. And then they come and they're not what they're expected to be on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And, 50 million, Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall, 80 million, Wilson Odubert, and Tell, 120 million, Solanke, Richarlison. Let's make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why are we? Richarlison was never a £60 million striker, and nor was Solanke for me. But someone said, go and get them. They'll make a massive difference. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Not on the basis of the consistency side of it. We all know they can play football, but are they doing it 4 weeks out of 5, 8 weeks out of 10? That's what consistency is. That's what you pay for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Does anyone else want to? You both made points on that, didn't you? On the old numbness bit.
Yeah. As far as TJ asking about Levy,
yeah,
I just think, God, I wouldn't mind him advising me about money, because when he first come in, how much did ENIC pay? I think it's something like £47 million for Spurs all in.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was less than that.
If Levy owns 20% of it, that means he paid out probably 8 million. And he's looking for
32% apparently he owns.
32. So, all right, you might have paid out 10 million.
Yeah.
And he's making $1 billion. Wow. Yeah. Not bad, is it?
That's a good investment, man. Better than Bitcoin.
Off the back of doing absolutely nothing for us.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny that he's looking to sell now. Well, the news reports that have been going around and on We Are the Tottenham TV, I watched their video, and it's funny that he's looking to sell up now, because in a way, doesn't it kind of like paint a picture that, look, Tottenham is nobody can save us. He's trying. I the way I see it right now, it's funny the news is coming out now, because it's like he's jumping ship. He was never in control, right? He was never he's in the background. Obviously, his shares are still there, but he was never in control. But right now, it feels to me like he's jumping ship.
Could well be. Could well be, TJ. Perhaps he's just had enough of it. He's going to take his money and go and do whatever he does with it. You know what I mean? But what you got to remember is the problem is with this, right, is that if you had £1 billion spare, let's just say, right, all us three had £1 billion each spare, right? Are you going to buy into something that you can't have a say about for £1 billion?
Of course not.
You're not going to get a say. If Levy was there and he owned that and he had to keep going back to whoever saying, I've done this, I've done that, you know, can you say yeah to it? Because it was probably like that in a different sort of way that we didn't know about. He probably had to report to someone to say he wanted to spend money. Do you know what I mean? And it's just coming through. It's coming through now. We know by little bits and pieces that have happened in the transfer window. You know, we know we've got the money. We went and bought Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, indeed. We have the money.
It was 65 million odd quid. Right? They went right at the beginning of the window. They went to get Semenyo. They offered 70 million quid for him. He said, no, thanks. I don't want to play for Tottenham.
We offered 70 million for Savinho as well.
There you go.
You know, so the money's out.
It's there.
Just not spending it.
Yeah, and either they're not looking hard enough. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how hard do you have to look for £70 million players? I don't know. But, you know, surely they've got dossiers on these players. You ain't telling me there ain't a left winger out there that they can go and get to play for Tottenham and a centre forward and a number 8. You know, it's just it's all a con, mate. It's all a smear. They're taking the piss out of people, and I don't like it. Rodney's saying, I think that's meant to be Frankie's not the problem. I think that's meant to be. I could be wrong, though. So let us know, Rodney. Roy said the same thing, and honestly, I swear I never saw that comment, Roy. We were just talking about that. If we're not getting anyone in, just bring back Mikey Moore.
We said that like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. You was off me page, Roy. Sorry, I didn't see that. Sonny's in. Big up to you, Sonny. As mad as it sounds, I'd offer Sterling a quick trial as he's a free agent. If he's up to it, then bring him in. Local boy from my manor. I think we're all on a resounding no, Sonny. I think. I don't know.
Have to be honest with you. I'm against that. You know.
Yeah.
He's not for me.
He's not up for it since the move from West Ham. Not West Ham, Man City. He's not up. It's a bad recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Yeah. I would stay away. And you know what? There are players out there that will want to come to Spurs. We're just not looking in the right place, really and truly. Like in we don't even have to get hot
Listen,
players.
TJ, I'll give you an example. And you might say now to me, nah, he's not for Spurs. Now, look at where we are now, what we're doing, right? If I said to you, you could go to Fulham, right, offer them probably 15 mil for someone who's got 6 months left on their contract, and at Fulham, he's on 55 grand a week. Right? And then I said to you, would you take Harry Wilson?
100%. That player is a baller.
Right? Nige?
He is a baller.
Yeah. I would take him now, yeah.
I've been screaming about Harry Wilson for a long time. And not only just Harry Wilson, there are players like Adeyemi from Dortmund that it fits the young profile, that can improve. That there are players out there. It's just we are not looking in the right places. It's sad.
I've got a feeling we're gonna go in for Aguiluche right at the end of the window. Really have a feeling. Apparently Monaco are looking for a replacement, have some guy coming in on loan. Right. I think Spurs are going to go for him within the next 24 hours, big time. Whether we get him or not is another question, but I think we're going to go for him.
Okay, that's interesting because his name's been mentioned every day in the transfer window, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole window, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd love him at Tottenham. To be fair, I think he's just got something about him, hasn't he?
Do you know swagger, what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. That's the word, Nigel. He's got a bit of swagger about him. Yeah. What do you think of Akalusha at Monaco, TJ?
To be honest with you, I haven't watched much of him in terms of like watched with my eye, but he's a better player than Sterling in my opinion. So at this point, why not? Why not?
Yep. It'll all be about the money again, though. You know Monaco are going to want dough for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's going to be what, 50 mil at least?
They're saying like 40 to 45 million euros, I think.
All right. Okay. Well, that's not bad for January, really, for that type of player, to be fair. But we'll see. We'll see.
Couldn't we just go in for someone like Ndiaye from Everton? If we're going to be spending big money, I'd rather spend money on a player that has actually proven it within the Premier League.
Yeah, okay.
But not just that. If we're looking to spend 50 million on, look again, maybe I don't have that much knowledge on Aklanish. You know, I haven't watched him much, so I can't really comment on how his style is, right? However, what I do know is if we're willing to spend 50 million for Aklanish, there is money there for Ndiaye. Do you see my point?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Test the waters. If it takes 65, I think it's a good deal for Tottenham.
Yep, fair dues, TJ. Yeah, why not indeed? Like you say, there's plenty out there, TJ. They should have been spending since the end of the summer transfer window, feeling out who could be available. Doesn't matter what position, who could be available, and then they could work their way through the list.
And the reason why I'm also targeting Everton, they just built their stadium.
Yeah,
they need money. They need money.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, Rodney was saying Frank is not the problem. Let me have a look. There we go. Frank is not the problem. David's coming. Big up to you, David. He said Vuskovic equalised against Bayern Munich today.
Not bad.
Did that finish 2-2 as well? That was late on. It was 2-2. I don't know if Bayern nicked the winner or whatever. But good for Vuskovic, mate. I think this kid, mate, the way he's going, you can see he's a man in a young lad's body or a young man's body.
Massive, isn't it?
He's a massive fella. He's going to fill out even more. For me, if Romero goes or Van de Ven goes or they both go, yeah, I don't care how old he is. If he's good enough, get him in the squad. Get him in the squad. The kid can obviously score goals as a centre-back as well. Do you know what I mean? And he's up for player of halfway through the season, up for the player of the year. The kid can obviously play football. You know?
Yeah. The question I'm gonna bring out from this conversation. Look, I obviously want him to come to Tottenham, you know, but do you think throwing a young player like Vuskovic into the heart of a relegation battle team will be good for his development, in my opinion? Because I watched that Sean Butler show with that. He's a training scout or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and he was talking about the technical ability of how these players develop as well. You know, would it be good for his growth? That's the question.
I wouldn't have him back now, TJ. I'd have in the summer. I'm talking about in the summer. He'd have had his year in Germany. Yeah, they're going. You know, they're going to rave about him. Yeah, and I guarantee you, even though he's been in Germany, he's a Spurs player, and there'll be bids for him. I'm telling you now, there will be.
I don't think he's coming back though, is he? I think he's spending another year in Germany, isn't he? Because apparently he wants to play with his brother for a season.
Right. Okay.
because his brother has been banned or something. I don't know exactly what, whether it is drug. He got a drug test, failed it. So he's been banned, but he's coming back the start of next season or November or something. And Buskovich wants to stay in Germany for another year to play with his brother before he comes back. But I don't know. I think he's ready to go now. I'd bring him back in the summer.
Yeah, me too.
Do they play in the same team?
I think they must do. Yeah, I think they must do.
Interesting.
It is interesting that. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that one develops. Binny guys in the house. Big up to you, Binny. He says, it took me a while to figure this thing out, guys, in our language. More divided fan bases, more dividends, profits for the owners. How wonderful English language really is. Answer was in front of us. Absolutely.
Bang on. You know what? I'm sorry. I know this is your words. I'm going to copy and paste that. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a screenshot of that.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a great comment, that.
Great comment.
Yeah. And he's coming again. Being a Spurs fan, he's like, you've got to be able to enjoy Sherlock Holmes novels, the text and the code bullshit. Oh, Binny. Binny, you know. He also says, God, we've got Binny messages flying here. He also says, good for character building, but bad for your soul.
They need, you know what? Spurs need to hire Binny to do our social media.
I think so, yeah.
100%.
He's in again, man. We run out of excuses. Cowards we have become. Interesting.
Well,
interesting.
Got 48 hours to change that.
That's all it is, mate. Leslie's coming. Go on, mate. Go on, TJ.
I was going to say, I was just going to say, I doubt anything's going to change, to be honest with you.
No.
Yeah, 48 hours. But if we were serious, we would be signing the players now.
Yeah. It's all too late, TJ, isn't it? It's all too late.
100%.
Thing is, like you said, Nigel, they could well be going for Alacuche, but you know, if the loan move or the player that they want doesn't come off, they're not going to let him go, are they?
Right. No. That's what I mean. Should have been done at the start of the window.
Yeah.
Give Monaco a month to get their player in. Get him early, a bit like Palace did. Palace got Johnson in, started the window, think, here we go, we must be signing a replacement. 30 days later, 31 days, we still haven't signed anyone.
No.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
We haven't signed anyone for Son. Look how long that's been.
No.
Oh, they'll tell you they have. They'll tell you they have.
Yeah, I can easily argue we haven't signed anybody for Kane. Look how long that's been.
Oh, they'll say they have. They bought Solanke in. They'll say they bought Tell in. They'll say they bought Odibert in. He's a right winger. They'll say they bought Kudos in. Do you know what I mean? It's just that a lot of the signings haven't worked, or those players are not like a Tell are not currently to the level yet. He is improving. You can see he's improved a little bit, you know, but we need more from him, and we've just got to be patient. If they're going to play those type of players, it's you know, it's going to be painful, not just for the player on the pitch, but it's going to be painful for the fans as well.
The problem is, they can say that they are replacements and they're not ready, but what Tottenham really need is ready now made players that have done it, been it, and understand it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So when you're going to replace a player with, like, if Tell is the replacement for Son, just for argument's sake, that's a bad replacement.
Agreed. Nigel, what do you think of this comment? Sonny says, I honestly expected some movement after the final rounds of the Conference League fixtures, as teams know their futures now. We need at least 2 outs and 3 ins before Monday. I think we have the space for this.
Yeah, I agree. I expected movement. This is what we were told, wasn't it? It's what we've been told all week. It's to do with the Champions League, is because that hasn't finished. As soon as that's finished, Spurs are, teams will start signing players. And I have seen other teams start to sign players. There is movement in other areas, but not at Spurs. I do think we're going to make some signings. I'm trying to be positive. I think we're going to move on the last couple of days, but just for me, it's all too late. You know, we needed players in the start of the month. And I just hate the fact we have to wait to the end of the month every season, whether it's summer or especially January, and it feels desperate. It feels really desperate. I'm hearing I've seen links with Diaby.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like he was rubbish at Villa. I don't want him. I don't want him at Spurs, but it's what we're doing.
It is, mate. It is. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult at the moment to be a Spurs fan with 48 hours of the window left. It is. Leslie's coming. He said, I don't think it's the money for the transfer fee. It's the players won't come to Spurs as they have their sights set on bigger clubs. On a lot of the bigger players, Leslie, yeah, when they're going for the top 6 players, if you like. Yeah, when they're rooting around them players, they probably you are right, mate, because they showed it with Semenyo. Apparently, we offered 70 million and Savinio. We offered 70 million. We can only believe what we hear, and apparently City didn't want to sell them. So, but you ain't telling me they're the only 2 left wingers in the world. You know, it's mad, absolutely mad, Leslie. Barbaric says, keep smashing the likes, people, and keep hitting the sub if you haven't. Same at Nigel's at Pure Coys and to TJ.
And TJ, yeah.
Into Spurs, yes. And there's Nigel's link there for everyone. I don't know how to do yours, TJ. I'm so sorry. I'll keep shouting. Leslie says, if every other player can make team meetings and training on time, no exceptions can be made for Basuma. He also let Ange down last season. Yeah, apparently he did, didn't he? Turned up. He's a regular turning up late for training.
100%. 100%.
You know,
it's just ironic how he's back in the team.
Yeah.
You know, I call it coward mentality. Going back on what you truly believe in.
Yeah.
Realistically, Basuma, if Basuma didn't have a future with Tottenham, he should have been gone this window. But it's ironic that Frank is saying there's no more let goes.
Yeah, because I would have thought we'd have had to get rid of a couple as well, because the squad is quite bloated, isn't it? I know there's players out on loan, but the squad itself is actually quite bloated, isn't it? But I don't know. It's just with all the injuries and that, it's just difficult. Rodney's come in and said, we need to do what Arsenal have done. Yeah, build a proper squad, Rodney, of class players. That's what we need to do. Yeah. And we just don't do it, mate. We just don't do it. David's coming. He said, can you say it, Nigel?
Kulusevski
has had a setback. Apparently.
No way.
So, oh, God, you won't see him this season now, then. I doubt you'll see him at all.
I think so.
You know what, that comment about the Arsenal do what Arsenal has done, maybe what I was having a conversation with you, Jim, on the Friday show. Maybe it is a case of we have to get rid of our best players in order for us to improve. You know, because if you take their template, they got rid of Aubameyang, they got rid of, that's what they call the bomb squad, right? They got rid of all of them players, you know, and now look where they are. So maybe if it's a case of Van der Ven wants to leave, you know, like maybe we have to get rid of them players in order for our future to be set. But I just don't trust this ownership. I don't trust this ownership one bit at all.
No, you're not the only one, mate, at all. That's thingy, Nigel. If David's seen that somewhere, isn't it? That's you know, I don't think we expected him back for long, but I think we expected to see him towards the end of the season. And it's just one thing after another at the moment, isn't it? One thing after another.
I know.
Stig says, big up to you, Stig. More chance of you getting loads of likes than us signing players. Besides, I don't think the board will give Frank players because of league form. That's an interesting take. I'd you tell them, Stig. Tell them to hit that like button. 35 of them in here.
Come on, smash the like.
Hit that like button for us and hit that sub button for all 3 channels, please. Just helps us out. If we get a couple of subs here, a couple of subs there, you know, it feels like you've entertained your crowd, and they've liked what they've seen. Just a chill chat, you know. Big up to you. What do you think about this comment, Nige, from Stig?
That's the whole reason we need players, though, isn't it? Because of the league form. I don't know. I think it wouldn't surprise me. You know, it's one of them, isn't it? Maybe the board are thinking, are we keeping Frank? Are we going to sack him? We don't know what we're doing, so it's pointless bringing players in for this manager. But again, you think they'd have a plan. You would think that they would, you know, most clubs now don't buy players for managers. Most club signings are club signings, right? You know, you bring a player in, there's not only going to be there for one manager, it's going to be there for 3 or 4. So you would think that a club would have an idea. And this is why I always go back to the fact Spurs need an identity. You know, there's no good going from an attacking to a defensive, defensive.
Yeah.
Choose your lane, stick to it. But we must have some sort of idea of who's coming in next and what sort of football we want to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another excuse from the board, isn't it, not to sign players if, you know, with Frank's future up in the air.
Yep. And they don't buy the players, and then we'll have a couple of iffy results in February. The window will be closed. The fans will be getting on everyone's back. They'll sack Frank, in 2 or 3 games' time if the results are not going right. They'll bring a new man in, expect him to work miracles, or they'll put Heitinger in charge for the season. Something like that. I don't know. But it'll be just an excuse, because it's always an excuse. Whatever it's about with them up there. Milton thinks Spurs are going to win 3-1. Leslie said no. I don't know what that was to. It was obviously to your comment earlier. Yeah. Sorry, Leslie, I've lost it. Do apologise. Phil's in the house. Big up to you, Phil. Hope you're well, mate. He was on this morning. Yeah. Big up the Cookmaster, the Sheriff, TJ. You must be the Sheriff tonight, Nige.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll say it for you, Phil. Big up to Nige as well, mate. There you go. I've done it for you.
I need some Amstel.
That's it. You need some Amstel. Yeah, I'm going to miss that one out because I can't understand.
The problem that we have with the fact that Frank is not getting back, and even if our signings are club signings, I would hope that the club has a plan in place for the next appointment, whether you believe it's Pochettino or whoever. I would just hope in my heart that it's a manager that is Tottenham through and through. So I'm hoping for Poch, right? So what's the point of waiting in terms of waiting until Poch comes to bring in signings? You might as well do the groundwork now. Then when at the end of the season, if it's a case where they are going for Poch, we're not going to have to go through all of this dilemma. Because for me, it's one thing to not back Frank, but to not back Frank and then face going down because of their stupidity. I generally believe we need signings. Just it's so important because we are facing a relegation battle. You know, we got lucky today with the West Ham fixture going to Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
We can't get lucky every single time.
No, I agree with you, TJ. I agree with that, mate. We've got to be really careful. And at this point, I will welcome the Queen in.
Oh, lovely.
How are you, Ellie?
I'm all right. I've just made a beautiful soup, which is a Greek traditional soup called soupavgolemoni, and that's why I'm delayed, because my husband said, I've got a massive headache, you've got to do the soup. So what I do get though about TJ's point is we are getting a little bit lucky, but sometimes in football you make your own luck as well.
Yeah.
So we've got to do our business, right, and not rely on other clubs. Because if we win, what we got 15 games left, is
Yeah.
it? 15
Yeah.
games left.
So,
If we win 10 of those, right, which is not realistic in our current form, but even if we win 10 of them, we'll be safe and we'll probably make top six. Because most of the teams, right, if you noticed, right, it's all much of the muchness. Right up to
yeah.
about seventh or eighth is around about 33 points.
Yeah.
So if we beat City tomorrow, we'd be on 31. So I just feel that, there's a lot of leeway in terms of the luck business. But do you know what? I do believe in luck sometimes, but we've got, like I said, we've got to make our own luck because football is a cruel game sometimes. And you saw it tonight when West Ham were 2-0 up, cruising, and then Chelsea bring on their big guns and they blow them away. Literally, they blew West Ham away and they didn't have an answer. So I hope I'm at the match tomorrow with Phil P. Woo! So I'm really looking forward to it because it's my first game of the season. As you know, I've got a disabled husband, so Angela's going to look after him, my daughter, tomorrow. So he's in good hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. That'd be nice for
Yeah.
you, that, Ellie, tomorrow to
I'll,
get down there tomorrow.
I'll see you
Yeah,
tomorrow as
I
well.
can't wait. Yeah, TJ, I'm looking forward to hooking up with you, Guy. I just feel like the protest is especially it might not really get off until we get into the ground. And if everybody paid attention, at the 75th minute, you're supposed to walk out. So I'll have to drag Phil P from his scarf because he ain't budging, I'm telling you. Right? I don't know if he's in the chat or anything like that, but I'll have to grab him by the scarf and get him out the ground because he is a very passionate lad. He
He most
really is.
certainly is. I was sat next
Yeah.
to him at the West Ham game, Ellie. I
Yeah,
was sat
yeah.
next to Phil, and
You know what
he's
it's like
so
then.
passionate at the game. He's out of his
Yeah.
seat more than he's in it. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
He
And
doesn't sit down, just put it that way.
no, he don't. He don't. He is one passionate fella, Phil. One
Yeah.
passionate fella. Let's just say hello to a few people. Nita's popped in. Big up to you, Nita.
Big up.
She says hi to the chat as well. And Barbaric says good evening to Nita. Nita also says good riddance to Daniel Levy. I ain't crying. Enoch out too. There you go.
Don't shed a tear.
That's it. Straight to the point, Nita. That's what we like.
Yeah.
Happy days. Leslie's in says, why wouldn't Levy want to sell up if he was ousted out of control of running the club? What do you think, people, on that? Because I look at it the fact of he's still involved in the club. He's still getting a monthly or a yearly massive whatever it is out of his 32%. So, but at the same time, if he doesn't want anything to do with Spurs anymore, which it looks like, because he wants to sell, my point was, who is going to pay $1 billion to have no control? Because whoever goes in, Ellie and the lads, they'll own 32% of Enoch, but they're not going to have any control because Joe Lewis owns the other 68%.
Yeah. And the dilemma is, right, the greed is pushing this because we're an entertainment centre. Let's be real. We are, right? And football's a sideshow for them because they're not football people, are they? You've got to be real again. All right, they're not football people and they haven't got our passion for the club. We've been here since we were nippers, right? Since like my family are all from Tottenham as well, like TJ, right? And I'm sure you lads, even if you weren't born and bred in Tottenham, you've got Tottenham written in your heart, right? And these people aren't. They're just there for the profit and they're there to skin us, right? And it's a shame, right, that greed all around the world is doing this, not just at our club, but not to be too political. I'm coming back to our club. It's just one of those things that you think, well, Levy, you've done your business, you've had your money out of us. Now you want to sell. And he just wants a peaceful life, doesn't he? That's why he's doing it. He's not doing it because he's got a real interest in making not just the money. He's making the money, yes, but he hasn't got a real interest in Spurs. It won't be any skin off his nose, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's my take on it.
I do agree. I do agree, but I also feel like the news right now, you know, if it was around the next season, for example, and we got this news that Levy was looking to sell his shares, then I wouldn't have this take. But I feel like it's come at a time where we're in such a bad place as Spurs fans, you know, facing relegation battles, you know. I also believe he's trying to jump the ship. You know, whether he has, he doesn't have no control, which we all agree with. You know, it's it's drama. I feel like it's unnecessary drama right now, and for me, this is also another factor why I'm saying this. He's selling it to someone else, and we already have board people on the board that don't know what they're doing. There's so many of them. Adding one more figure to this board, it's like, I don't know. It could be a recipe for disaster, but then again, it could be a recipe for success because it depends on who's taken over.
It's just the club's a mess, isn't it? And for me, it's if I was Daniel Levy, I'd be looking to do the same. You know, best time to get out now. The club is absolutely all over the place, and he's probably thinking, I could get $1 billion now. In 2 years' time, I might get half of that. So I'm selling that now. You know, I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. John's popped in. Big up to you, John. Hope you're well, mate. He says, plus they have £42 million of Champions League money now as well.
Yeah. That's why there's no excuse. You know, even if we're going for whoever, we should be able to buy players before the end of the window. They just haven't had no plan. If Frank, Lange, and Vinay have agreed on a plan, this plan has failed. Simple. There's not been a plan.
I know. They've been failing for years. Like Pochettino, he took us to a new level, right? But it was, I personally think that was all Poch. That was all Poch. Nothing to do with the club. Yeah. They didn't help him when he needed the help most. Just after, even before that Champions League, if they strengthened a little bit. A lot of people were saying, I saw people say, well, he turned down Tielemans. He didn't want a big squad, right? But what manager would want a few more players to add to his squad just to push us on and then add a few more before that season started? But we left him 500 odd days without a signing. Now that screams really incompetence. It's incompetence.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, it's incompetence, and they've been failing us for years as fans because we're loyal.
25 years.
Right?
25 years.
25
years. 2 trophies in them years.
Yeah. And like you're young, you're a very young man, TJ. And
25 years, 1 trophy. That's how I see it. I don't even count that last trophy.
It's not nice because you want to be down that Tottenham High Road celebrating with me and all the crew, right? Trophies. What? Maybe 1 or 2 every 5 seasons. Yeah? Every 5 seasons, get 1 or 2 trophies, for God's sake. They're up for grabs, go for them. But we've been shirking them, haven't we? We've been, like, pushing them aside, the domestic trophies especially, right? So it's criminal what they're doing. If this was a corporate company, they'd all be sacked, the whole lot of them. They're not going to sack themselves, are they? Because they're the owners, they've got the money, right? And they're killing our club.
Yeah, I'll call it diluting it, Ellie. That's what I call it. I just think since Poch, the level of player that's been brought in, since Poch, don't get me wrong, we've had some good players come in, but generally the squad's been diluted, I think, since Potts, the level and the standard of player and football has changed, obviously.
That's so true.
I don't know. I just don't think football is what it used to be.
That is a good word. I put in the WhatsApp group today, guys. I put all the players that I loved watching. Spurs and other clubs. Giggs, Beckham, Worthington, Letitia, obviously Hoddle, Gaza, Modric, Dembele, Bale, Berbatov, Klinsmann, Sheringham.
Be here all night, couldn't you? You could
be here all night. Reeling off all these names, right?
Yeah.
And all the other players, Cantona, even De Bruyne. I know he was quite recent, but he came quite early into the Premiership years. He was at Chelsea, and he's been around. De Bruyne. He's a fabulous player. You don't. The coaches right nowadays, they coach out expression. They don't let the players express themselves. It's all passed sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. There's not much expression in football nowadays, and it's really boring to watch. Whatever club you watch, it's more or less the same, but you've got more quality in the more elite clubs, so therefore they can penetrate a little bit more with the ball, and they've got more clever players who can pass that ball. But there's not many. There's not many you can pick out and say, "Oh, he's a good player. Or he's a good player." You know, I don't see that. But before you could sit 5 or 6, 7 players in each team. You think that is a team, you know. And then you've got your workhorses like we had, like Roberts. He was a good player. Don't get me wrong, but he was a workhorse as well. And Stevie Perryman, workhorse. He knew his job. Get the ball, pass it to Glenn.
Yeah.
See, we haven't got no expression in football, and it kills me when I'm watching it, because I've seen, like you guys, you've seen some of the greats play abroad as well. You know, not just in England, and it makes you sad.
Does anyone else see that? It's not just me and Ellie, is it? The Guy, welcome to you, Guy. And
hello, matey.
Yeah, I hope you're well, mate. But do any of TJ, Nige, Guy, do you think that the standard of player at Tottenham, as it seems like it's
hell yes,
the downturn, but it feels like them upstairs are doing it. They're diluting us almost to make us, and I said this to Nige the other day, irrelevant. Just we won't be anything massive. We'll just be there now and again. We'll win a cup. And if they don't like it, they don't have to come and watch, because other people will come in their place.
Yeah. Well, just to, I completely agree. Just to touch on, is it Ellie? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's my name.
Hey, Ellie. So do you know what? I have this discussion. I've had this discussion with Nige as well on a stream, right? So I look back upon just the last 20 years of Spurs, right? The last 20 years of Spurs, right? We had Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Luka Modric, Gareth Bale. We had, we had
Jermaine Defoe.
Jermaine Defoe, yeah.
Easy though.
But the thing is, so just to let you know, I started in 91. I'm 40 years old. 42 this year, actually. So here's the thing. So I've seen Gaza and Lineker, right? Oh, yeah, still a spring chicken. But the thing is, it makes me depressed. Absolutely depressed to go through the Edgar Davids, for God's sake. We have to go through our old squads, and have a look at what we have now. It just perplexes me. Where's these quote unquote talisman players? And Mark, from the Two Mark show, Cookies in it. I always get you mixed up.
Yeah, I'm Cookie.
Yeah, Cookie in it. Yeah, we spoke at length about. We actually spoke about this backstage once. We went on a rant about it
afterwards. After a stream,
about an hour.
Those backstage rants are legendary.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Look, our squad has been and I love that turn of phrase. It has been completely diluted of attacking grace and flair and talent. And like I say, I mean, I don't want to touch on the manager too much because I'm sure you've all had your say on this. But the thing is, it's just like what we have now, the style of play that we have now is lob it to the wings, cross it in the box, pop it in the goal. Here's the thing, and we all say it's boring to watch, right? But we've also got to realize these players don't play for our entertainment. They don't. But what we can say is the style of football is slow. Therefore, the defenders can get in position, which causes us just to plop it backwards and sideways until we find an opening, which is boring to watch. But also, the pace and the style of the play of Tottenham at the moment isn't effective. Of course, it's not effective. Look at our league position. But just to confirm, Cookie, yes, it has been completely diluted 100%. And it's depressing. It's absolutely depressing.
Yeah, I know.
It absolutely is. We welcome Phil in the house as well. We've got 6 of us in tonight now. Listen, let me just say, if anyone needs to jump, you're not required to be here for hours. If you want to be, that's fine. But if you need to go, by all means, just jump. Do you know what I mean? I don't expect anyone to sit here with 6 people on it. Anyway, it's nice to see everyone. That's the end of the show.
But yeah, no, my Gooner brother came in. I thought that he was meeting me for drinks, but it's not. That's tomorrow, so he's left. So I thought I'd jump on in my Nike, in my Nike Tottenham Youth Academy kit. This is the current Youth Academy kit.
What went wrong with your brother being a Gooner?
Brother's a Gooner, girlfriend's a Gooner, and my mum's boyfriend's a Gooner.
Oh no. No, that ain't
dark times,
in
mate.
my
It's
family.
dark times.
You're getting
my family were all
every
Spurs.
week, mate.
Oh, Christmas is wonderful, mate. It's a football-free zone. It has to be.
I can tell you a funny story, right? My nephew, right, he was estranged from the family because my brother was a bit of an arsehole, right? And he didn't look after his boy, right? And he was estranged and he used to live in Norwich and he came to my house because I said, come down and we'll treat you good, right? And he came to my house with an Arsenal scarf on. Right, so what I did, I got it off him and I chopped it up into bits and flushed it down the toilet. Right, and then I said, you're not Arsenal anymore, you're Spurs, or else you're not staying with me. And he soon switched allegiance.
Oh, God.
Good job, really, Eddie, for his sake, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
That is a very true story, by the way.
That's
I wrote United on my girlfriend's head when they lost to United, and before she went out, she legged it out the door and then came back and then had to have another shower because she didn't realize it. I was like, anyway. But the dilution of the Spurs squad. Let's have a discussion because I think it's an interesting one.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Have a discussion about it. You just
Nigel, what do you think, mate?
What do you think, Nigel? Yeah, let's get everyone in.
You know what? I think it's football in general. I don't just think it's Tottenham. I think there is so much money in the game now that there is so much pressure on managers, on players, on football clubs not to get relegated or to be successful that these kind of players aren't around like they used to be. You know, tactically is all different. You know, it's all about fitness. It's all about how far you can run, how fast you can run, how powerful you are. Whereas before it used to be, it used to be more about how can you kick the ball with both feet? Are you, it just seems to have changed totally. And this is one of the reasons I would love.
The passion has gone. That's what I would say.
Yeah. And like you see, take a player like Hoddle, right? I don't care if he's run 2 yards. When he's got the ball, he's pinning it to you. I'm not looking at any data when I go scouting, right? I'm looking, can you control the ball? Have you got a good first touch? Have you got vision? Do you know where you should be on the pitch at certain times of the game? You know, and I look for all those attributes, not bloody how far you can run.
What I would say,
Ridiculous.
can I just have my 2 cents in this conversation?
You just crack on a minute, you lot chatting. I'm just going to make a cup of tea.
No worries.
Right,
What I would say about why we don't see the players of look, my knowledge of players is obviously younger than all of yours. I'm one of the younger fans on this panel, but I feel like the passion is gone. We don't see free flowing football anymore. I think it's to do with the managers as well. The managers are too tactically, I would say, like tactically involved in the game. You know, the players can't have the free will to actually go to a certain area, and it's sad that, you know, most of these young players that have obviously jumped into football, I guarantee you they didn't start playing like this. They were probably in a way passionate. The passion is gone. There's no effort. There's no energy. And look, the crop of players right now, it's all on the same level. Sadly, it's all on the same level. There's not any wild card players. If you get where I'm coming from. And even when you look at like not in the Prem. Yeah, I would agree with that statement. It's definitely outside of the Prem, in my opinion. Because like even when you look at like all the teams right now, it's tactically most of the teams. Bournemouth is one team that plays a really decent style of football, you know. But is that down to the manager? Is that down to what he has at his disposal? We could equally argue that Bournemouth are doing the best that they can, right? But again, it's the passion. For me, I don't see the passion anymore. I was having a conversation on Friday with Haz about just in my lifetime. Obviously, you guys are older than me, innit? And when I started watching Spurs and getting fully invested, when I say fully invested, because remember, I'm young, it was around the Pochettino era, you know? Maybe even just before it, but at least look at the crop of players that Pochettino had. I'm sorry, nearly all of them will walk into our squad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All of them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, of course.
The only one who's got a chance is VDV. VDV and maybe Romero. But then you think we had Jan and Toby. So they'd have to be on the bench. They'd have to be on the bench because they're not getting over Jan and Toby. Not for defensive prowess.
Remember? We had Winks.
I saw him play today. He was still doing his sidewinder passes.
Isn't Jan Vertonghen at the game tomorrow?
Interesting, is he?
I think Jan Vertonghen, isn't he the guest at Spurs?
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll look out for him outside, see if I can spot him.
Unfortunately, I can't go. I'm still going through recovery on my injury. Unfortunately, I still can't walk properly for about. I still can't walk more than like 30 minutes without immense pain. But it'd been nice to see him there. He brings back good memories. Vertonghen.
It would have been nice to see you. It would have been nice to see. I thought you were gonna was gonna turn up to the protest, but.
Yeah,
maybe
I would have been there, mate. But if I go, I'm going to have to bring crutches for a start. And then just in case, I'd have to bring like a wheelchair. I'm not doing that. Not on public transport, mate.
No.
Philly, what do you think, mate?
Come on, man. Been a bit silent.
Come on, Phil, jump in, man. What's the matter?
Come on. Where you been all our lives?
Letting me in. Right. I'm listening to you guys, and I'm listening to the profile of players that you're talking about underneath Pochettino. The biggest crime for me, is the fact that Spurs never actually bought the players that we with the same profile that we had under Pochettino. That for me is the biggest crime. It's like when Dembele left, they didn't buy that ball carrying midfielder, the one that holds up the ball and carries the ball forward. They never bought that in. And that for me was a crime because that stops us from playing on the front foot.
Yeah.
That player allows Tottenham to carries the ball from the defense and brings it forward. Yeah, we don't have that kind of that player, because every time someone does it in the midfield, they lose the ball, and straight away, yeah, we're on the defensive. So for me, yeah, that ball playing midfielder is imperative, and the profile of players that we had, yeah, under Pochettino are way different to what we have now. And like you said earlier, Guy, yeah, a lot of them are runners or tanks in the midfield. None of them have anything about them. They don't have that quality about them.
Because here's the thing, right? We all know this. There's 3 ways to beat a press. There's 3 ways. You dribble through it, you pass through it with a through ball, or you go over them, right? You do a long ball over them, aka Tony Cruz. Our players, our midfield is not doing either of those.
Bang on.
Either of them.
Yeah. Bang on, guy, man. Bang on. 100%. You hit the nail on the head. 1,010%. So that's the football.
I'll tell you what they are doing. Right now. They're passing backwards and sideways.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, backwards and sideways.
You know why that is, right? You know why that is because currently, and I can only speak currently, and let's keep it, is currently Frank tends to favour attacking from the wings or playing out wide, right?
Yeah,
so what happens is if those players in those wide spaces aren't available, what they do is they play sideways and backwards.
So they get available. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You're right. Bang on.
Yeah, you know why they're not available though? I'll tell you why. Right? Because I watch Spurs wingers very well. Some of them switch off.
Oh yeah, completely.
Right? Because we're passing it sideways, and they don't make a good run for the ball to be played to them. And they hug the wings, and they don't feel. They haven't got the intelligence to say, right, I'm not getting the ball, so I'm coming inside. The only one who does it, the only one who's done it is Odegaard. And you've seen an improvement because he'll come inside and he'll link up with either Spence just lately or Porro, right? And he'll play little 1-2s. He's a very clever player, right? And he's learning. Yeah, he's learning.
Ellie, do you know
he's improved. You can see the improvements there.
No, Ellie, stop a minute, yeah. Right. Do you think that Odegaard is a right winger who was playing on the left-hand side, yeah, and that's why we didn't see as much quality from him because he was on the wrong side?
Yes, so I saw you make that comment, Philly. I saw you. Yes. And I totally agree with you. He's got... Yeah, true. But the thing is, you can play on your right side, but still not be effective because you haven't got the skills. But Odegaard, you can see the way he created that goal for Romero. That was brilliant what he did, right? And I thought, whoa, now we've got a little winger on there. He reminded me a bit like Aaron Lennon. Yeah, he's not quite there yet, but he's still growing, the boy, in terms of his confidence as well, because confidence plays a big part in football as well.
Huge.
Do you think that one of the main reasons why we're performing as bad as we are performing, we've performed better. Let's make it clear, we're not doing the 0.0 XGs. We have performed better. But do you think one of the reasons why we are performing is because we have such a experienced squad? We don't have leaders in their key areas? Or do you think it's a case of it's down to Frank's tactical decisions? This is just a question I'm asking you guys, isn't it? Just to start a conversation, Do you think it's down to the tactics? Because Frank seems to be look, I was on the belief that Frank would be one of the managers that can adapt, And for me, I haven't really seen it. I personally haven't seen him adapt to the levels that I would love to see him adapt to. So do you think it's a case of we don't have experienced players in them areas, or it's down to Frank?
I'll let anyone else go because everyone knows what I'm going to say. I'll let everyone else go first.
Go for it.
Go, Philly.
You know what? It's difficult. It's a difficult one. Go on, Philly.
Go on, Nige.
Go on, Nige.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I think, you know what? It's a bit of... I feel a bit sorry for him. For me, he's not the man to take us forward. But we have, I don't know, I don't want to use injuries as an excuse. I really think the injuries have hampered us going forward. And I think there is no doubt if we'd had a Maddison, Hulu fit in this squad, we would be a lot higher at the table. Saying that, I do think he should be getting more out of the players that he has. What is the question again?
There was two questions.
It's the false binary. It's the false binary everyone likes to ask. Is it the player or the manager?
Yeah, no,
it's a bit of both, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a bit of both.
Cool. I just want to hear what the panel said, because some people, this is the question that a lot of people talk about, the players are not good enough, or is it Frank?
Here's the thing. I can break it down for you, right? So first off, it's a false binary, right? So the reasoning behind it is a false binary because it's not always one or the other. That's first and foremost. But here's the thing, right? From seeing Frank's tactics, right? From seeing the way he sets up teams and specifically how he uses subs, I do not like the way that he is using our squad. As I say, he's over-reliant on the wings and wide play, right? So that makes us incredibly predictable. We saw it when Kudos, before he got injured, he was getting double marked, triple marked out the game. I said this. It's really easy to beat us. There's an equation.
Wait a minute, Kai. Let me break you on that one, because I like this one, right? With Kudos, and the right-hand side, right? Do you think that he's doubled and tripled up because we don't have anyone on the left-hand side? Because Spurs are lopsided, and everything comes down the right-hand side. It's easy to nullify the right-hand side because the left-hand side is wide open. And you said it now, about the wing play. If he's relying on the wing play and you've got no left winger, isn't the manager compromised in his style of play? Because you've got no natural left winger. And I've said this for time, and I know Sam has said this for bare time as well. Spurs didn't buy a left winger in the summer. They never replaced Son. And even in this window, where we were looking for a left winger, we still haven't bought a left winger in. So the manager that we've got right now is compromised anyway.
It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because maybe 5 minutes before you guys jumped on, what did I say? We haven't replaced Son. We haven't replaced this player. We haven't replaced that player. It's a constant thing with this ownership for me. 25 years of utter uselessness,
If you're going to hire a manager, you said it earlier, TJ, and I was listening in the background. You said it earlier, If you're going to hire a manager, you have to give the manager the resources, to be successful. If not, sack the manager now and bring in another manager. Because really and truly, right, he is in a half, like the club is in a halfway house. So is he. So really and truly, he might as well put him out of his misery and just let him go. If you're not going to give him the support, let him go and get another manager. But we're just going to go round and round in circles because this board have zero accountability. And that's the problem for me. They have zero accountability when it comes to the football team.
I know. And Philly, we're in the halfway house with them. we're in deep shit with them, right? Because we have to endure what we're seeing. And because they haven't strengthened the squad in the key areas that we needed, we're suffering.
Exactly.
And it's proof is in the pudding because of our position in the league.
Not just that, the proof regarding that left wide player, right? If it's an inside forward or a winger, right? The proof you can see, and I was speaking to Dan about this on the stream earlier, right? He's put Bergvall on the left. He's put Xavi on the left. He's put Tell on the left. He's put KM on the left. He's put Jed Spence on the left.
On the left, so
If he can't pick
on
a player who is consistently good. Oh, also Odeber. I'm swear he's going to put Odogi on that left wing at some point. Right? if he cannot settle on wingers on that left hand side, doesn't that mean that we're calling out for that position to be filled by someone else who is not in the squad because none of them can do it? I'm sorry, I haven't got my UEFA badges yet. I mean, I'm studying for them. I ain't got my UEFA badges. I mean, I'm just a dickhead who goes to matches and chats shit, right? If I'm spotting that and my IQ is not that high, and I'm not exactly like the world's best football pundit or analyst, surely he must know that. And
yeah, but why can't the club?
Board must do that.
Yeah.
Surely, like, am I going crazy?
And Guy, I have to say this in it before you go on in it. Usually, I disagree with most of the comments you say, man. Me and we have like, but bruv, this show, you're hitting the money where the money is paid, man. Man, you're so right. Why haven't the board bought no players? We're still.
We got 3 days,
if they had the plan, if we had the plan, which Frank said to us, he's been talking to Lange, he's been talking to Vinay, whether you think it's gospel or not, where is the plan?
Do you know
Where
what?
are the players?
Where are the
players?
Do you know what? I've just read. There's a player that I really like in the academy. I've been watching him. Right, his name's Yusuf Akamrich. Right, he's a left footer. Right, I've just read we put him out on loan. I knew that he was on loan, but I just read that he scored a brilliant goal for Bristol Rovers today in their 3-0 win. It's a 20-year-old academy left-footed player. Left-footed. Right, he's been on the bench, I think 4 or 5 times. Never brought him on when we needed somebody who can play on the left, right? And like Steve Perriman said, don't underestimate your own kind, the people that come from young age and go through the academy. And that academy is, I don't know if you've heard Stell say, they play on the front foot. They play with expression. Yeah, they play with expression, right? I do watch this boy though because I like him. He's a very talented footballer, and he's going under the radar. Now they've put him on loan when they could easily put him in that spot. Honestly, he's only a year younger. How old is Odebear? 20, 21?
Yeah, he's only young.
If he's ready, why isn't Akamrich ready? Who we've nurtured all through his career.
And also with Odebear, to me, I'm using his own words here, it is a confidence issue because he came out and said, I'm afraid to play at home.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. Go on, Phil. Is that it? You agree?
No. I agree. I agree on the fact that Odebear said, yeah, he doesn't like playing at home because that to me is fragile mentality. And you need to have when you're playing in a big game, you need to have a stronger mentality than that.
Yeah.
I know there's pressure at home here, but really and truly, yeah, if you want Spurs to be successful, we're going to play in higher pressure matches than we have at home. Is he going to be able to cope with that kind of environment?
That's it. It's like Roy Keane said, stop being a baby. Stop being a baby. You should get Roy Keane in that dressing room, man. Stop being a baby. Get out there.
That's the thing. It's a catch-22. You know, it's one of those things. It's a catch-22, right? So you say your players are either underperforming or they don't have confidence, right? The only way, as much as they do all that cool stuff in training, right? I like I say, my godkids play football and they do training. One of them's in an academy. I'm not going to say it live because I like to not dox kids, right? But here's the thing, right? If your player's not playing well in match day or they don't have the confidence, the only way to up that confidence is give them game time. Yep. You won't get confidence unless you give them game time. But the problem is game time means time. And at the moment, it's like, it's dark. It's dark.
At the moment, Guy, it's quite simple. We haven't got time.
Right.
Time is not on our side at all. 48 hours or whatever it is of the window left. Like Nigel said earlier, there's, a little bit of noise about Alakushi at Monaco. But apart from that, there's nothing. There's no whispers. There's no anything.
Come on, we got Conor Gallagher. What are you talking about?
Just said earlier in the window, that earlier this week that we're not going to let anybody leave here. They kind of let Dane Scarlett go today, so that kind of tells you that the Spurs should be bringing her forward in the next 2 days.
It's got to be someone
coming. The Hibernian.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Do you know who he's playing tomorrow? He's playing against Mikey Moore.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
I ran a quick poll in my in one of my group chats, about 30 people, some Spurs, some not, right? And I posed the question, right? I said, are Spurs going to sign anyone in the next window? The two choices were ENIC for the win or are you mad, mate? Right? That's how split. That's how split we are. It's a 50-50 on each. Some people think we are, some people think we don't. I have no confidence that we are, by the way.
Do you know what our club do, though? I think we're creatures of habit. The owners, that is, they're creatures of habit. They always do the same thing, so nothing surprises me. Right? We always wait to the end of the window, and we'll get one player in if we're lucky. Right? Sometimes they don't get a player in, but they are creatures of habit. I think
Ellie, they've been doing this since 2012. They
know. That's what I'm saying. They're creatures of habit.
Yeah, they call it Ellie. They coined a name for it. They call it Levy time, which is what. It's when you get.
I know. It's not, you know what? If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, man.
To top one on, just to add to this point, and you can carry on. Each time we have a protest, they end up signing. We need to protest every single home game then, in my opinion. That's the only way to get some results. That's the only way to get results. That's the only way for us to get players in this squad. But carry on with what I was saying. Because there was a stat going around. Each time we've protest, they've managed to pull some wool over our eyes.
Yeah.
What this week?
The protests have to continue, and I sort of agree with you, TJ. I know it's difficult and times are hard, and to ask people to come out and protest like nearly every week or most weeks, but the only way that this board is going to learn is for numbers to get behind the protest. I don't know any other way that the fans can do it. Billy's doing his thing tomorrow for people going in the ground. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but you know, they're doing whatever they're doing, and I think there's a plan to leave early. So how many people will leave early? I don't know. 100 people walking out the ground at whatever minute is not going to make a blinding bit of difference. But you have to start somewhere. And I'll give Billy a bit of credit. He's trying to find ways to get more people involved, not only screaming in the crowd, sack him, this, that, the other. He wants it to be pointed at ENIC.
We got to turn the attention off of Frank now, and it's got to be all about ENIC.
I agree. It has to be focused on the board, because if you're looking at it properly, what it is institutionalized failure. It's come from the top of the board there, because the board don't ever back a manager properly, right? The manager ends up failing somewhere along the line. So it's not from the manager, it's from the board itself. They set the direction for the football club. And because they're indecisive, we don't know where we're going as a football club. And that's the sadness of it. So they're making money while they're not actually giving you a target or an aim or anything to focus upon. There's no focal point at Tottenham. And that's one of my issues. Because over the years, you can see it. As the prices have gone up, the squad has become worse and worse and worse. When you're looking at it now, right, we're Spurs fans are paying more now than we did under Pochettino when we finished second and third. How is that possible? And we had a better squad.
Yeah.
Well, I know they're bleeding us dry.
Here's the thing, because like I say, I gave up my season ticket. My season ticket was $1,650 a year, right? I gave it up. I'm sorry, I went on holiday this year with that. I went on holiday. Thank you very much. Paid it in full. But here's the thing, I totally agree with you. We need to reframe the Frank out stuff, right? Because if we reframe it, right, it puts the onus on the board and ENIC, etc. For example, I'll tell you, right, we want Frank out. Here's the problem. ENIC were the ones who hired someone who wasn't capable. The manager, he's not a manager, he's a head coach, right? So the head coach no longer signs people, right? That's not up to him, right? So the board buys players. We need to reframe it, right? We don't like Frank because ENIC hired the wrong person. Simple as that. We don't like our players and we think our players are shit. And like I say, arguing over the players versus the manager for me is a distraction, right? We could argue that for years, but nothing changes, right? We need to refocus that discussion on ENIC. If you think the players are shit, that's ENIC's fault. If you think the manager is shit,
it's always been ENIC. Yeah, it's always been ENIC. I think a lot of fans have to realize, and I agree with you, Guy. ENIC is the source of all of our problems.
Yeah,
you know. So I've been going to protest every single home game. I'm protesting every single home game. As you know, this year I'm making it in my power. I don't have no tickets. I don't go into the games. I don't buy nothing from the shop. I end up going to the game to protest. We all need to. We need more numbers at that protest. The last one, I met Mark. It was nice to meet you, but it was a failure of a protest.
No, I wouldn't say it's a failure. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You got to realize, like, every protest starts small and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's the messaging and all of that, right? So for me, I don't think it's a failure. I think that the people that went, because I was supposed to go, but unfortunately I'm injured, man. I can't. It's all good, my friend. It's all good. I can't even walk to. You know me, brother. I was dancing. Yeah. I was dancing.
100%. I know. Listen, I'm not directing the failure at you, because I know what you're worth. It's that 56,000 fans that go to the game and can't stand outside the stadium for at least 30 minutes before the game. That's where we're failing.
We've also got to realize, though, here's the thing about protests online and online's translation into the real world, right? So you got to realize most people who follow football don't listen to YouTube. We think they do, but they don't. They don't usually listen to YouTube. They're not always following Twitter. They're not always on forums. They don't know that they think there's a protest, but they don't know what it's about. The fact that there's still people there and there's people engaging with the public is still, you've got to realize, a grassroots movement is always small. It's not a failure just because a couple of hundred people turned up. Right, it's still a grassroots movement change for Tottenham, right? A lot of people don't. Most Spurs fans I talk to have no idea who Change for Tottenham are, because they're not part of the same information cycle that we are. So it's up to us to, when we meet a Spurs fan and we talk about it, because my postman's a Spurs fan and my binman's a Spurs fan, right? I give them a bottle of wine every year, mate, because otherwise we'll get too depressed. Right? But the thing is, the fact is, to say that it's a failure, I don't buy, because essentially it is a small amount of people, and those small people need to be loud and proud, and that's what they're doing, right?
I try my best. I do. Yeah. I definitely try.
Yeah. Grassroots people like you and I that know the messaging need to pass that messaging on outside of the information bubble that we have. Right, that's up to us as Spurs fans who want ENIC out. If you go down the pub and you got a Spurs shirt on like me, because I always wear one, right? I either get stand up if you hate Tottenham, or they come up and go, "Come on, you Spurs," and then you have a conversation, and they're like, "Oh, we're shit." But I'm like, "Do you go to games?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, I'll go to the games, man. Oh, I've never seen you. Oh, right. Do you know that there's a protest?" "No, I didn't, mate. I'll go. I'll check it out. So the thing is, I don't think it's a failure. I just think it's a very small grassroots at the moment. I do think it has the potential to grow.
Maybe my wording is wrong. Maybe I shouldn't just class it as all a failure. It's just, for me, this is just my opinion based on my understanding. If you truly love the club that we're supporting and you truly love it like how I love it, you would want better for Tottenham. True. And that message should stand to any casual fan that you know what? Look, and it's past this. This is past. Frank in, Frank out. Who cares? It's past all of that. It's past if you like Tell or you don't like Tell. It's past if you like Colum. It's not even the players now. Realistically, as a Spurs community, a Spurs fan, we need to speak up. We need to start calling out Enoch. 25 years, only 2 trophies for you guys. 25 years, only 1 trophy for me. And can I be also honest with you? Obviously, Mark knows that I'm Enoch out for other reasons as well, not just football.
Yeah,
I think
I heard your reasons, TJ.
Yeah,
Fair play to your reasons, but
yeah.
I have a reason. I want Joe Lewis out, and I'm not a fan of Joe Lewis. And believe me, from the I have watched Joe Lewis for a long time. I am not a big fan of Joe Lewis. I'm not a big fan of where he made his money, and that's that's a personal reason for me that I want Enoch out, and I want Joe Lewis because I can't stand Joe Lewis. So fair play to you for your reasoning, but I agree with you, right? The people have to stand up. But the thing is, a lot of people feel differently about the club, and they have to reach that point in their own time. I call it the matrix, my friend. I say, unfortunately, not everyone can see it until they're ready to. I can't tell you about Enoch until you see it for yourself. And this is the thing, I'll try to tell people about it, but until they see it for themselves, and until they get to that point where they're ready to go make a movement, I can't force them to do it. So this is what I'm saying to you. I can give out the message, but until people see it for themselves and realize that the club is being held back by the ownership, and it doesn't matter who the manager is, or it doesn't matter who the players are, right? And some of these players have to go. And it's not always about the money that you're making from the player sales. You just have to get rid of them, like Arsenal did with Aubameyang, with Ozil.
Lacazette,
and Lacazette as well. Right, Spurs will go nowhere.
It's true.
Yeah, I think you've got a good point, because I think you can start slipping into the no true Scotsman fallacy, right? And the thing is, you got to realize, like, people do love the club as much as we do. It's just their impetus just isn't there yet. That's all it is. The amount. Look, we all agree. We all 6 of us are agreeing, right? We're all agreeing, and we've got the impetus to go. But a lot of people will agree, but don't have the impetus to go. But they will eventually find the impetus to go, because it's plain to see. And you're right, it does take a while for that internal cognitive dissonance to be resolved, for them to go, you know what, we've had X amount of managers, we've had X amount of players, I've seen this club decline. What can I do about it? Well, in this instance, you can go to a protest. It's just people need to, I wouldn't say need to, but if they want to invoke change, they need to act upon that change by going to a protest. It's as simple as that. The no true fan, no true Scotsman thing. No, go for it, mate.
No, just to add on to what you're saying, and you can carry on. It's interesting the way you word it, because Eugene has been saying this I've been streaming with Eugene for about 3 years now. And he said, in order for, and he actually, this is Eugene's words. And when he said it at first, I was thinking, nah, I can't see this Tottenham. In order for true change to happen, something negative has to happen to Tottenham. Hence why he's manager don't care. No matter what manager comes into Tottenham, you ask him, he doesn't care. The only way for true change to happen is for something bad to happen for Tottenham. And he's been screaming it. We get relegated, maybe the owners go. That's what he's been screaming. But
I don't want a relegation, mate.
I don't want relegation. Personally, I'm not. I don't agree upon that. But I'm just using it as an example, because there's a lot of fans that are still happy with the way Tottenham are playing. I'll give you a good example. One of my mates, not really big in the Tottenham scene, but he has his opinion. He's happy. He thinks it's all well. We're gonna improve. We're bringing in the youth. The players that we have a great for Tottenham right now. See, different ways of looking at it. But yeah, carry on with what you're saying, to be honest with you.
I don't personally see us going down as a reason for ENIC to sell. I think if anything, that would make them stay more because they wouldn't get the money, would they, for Spurs that they could get for them as a Premier League side. So I wouldn't see us going down as a disaster for ENIC. I think obviously it would be money wise, but they wouldn't. I don't think they'd sell if we went down. I think they're more likely to sell the way it's going at the moment, where the attendance
you always
is
want to sell high, don't you?
Yeah.
Does anybody have the percentage that we make as a football club in relation to the percentage we make from other activities?
No.
They do it in their yearly thing, don't they?
Of course, the reason I'm saying that is because the way to hit them is through their pockets, right?
Yeah.
So I
want to talk about that.
Yeah, if we hit them in their pockets, right? I haven't been all season, so I've hit them in their pocket. But I wanted to go to this Man City game, so I put the feelers out and I got a ticket, right? So it's the first money I've given to the club, right? Yeah. I haven't bought any merchandise. I haven't bought nothing, right? But not me personally, but for the whole of us, right? We hit them in their pockets by staying away, and then we boycott the events that they've got at the other events they've got.
The only problem with this the only problem with this theory that I know a lot of fans may think is advisable, but the problem that you have, even if you was to boycott a game,
you're never going to make me stop going to matches, man. I'm sorry, it's never going to happen.
That's one thing. 100%, right? That's the thing. But I'm also talking about not just inside the stadium. Basically, most of the high road is owned by ENIC Foundation.
Yeah,
you know, so for the average Joe like myself that lives in Tottenham, I have this knowledge. I can't talk about why I have this knowledge because I can't talk about why I have this knowledge. All those that know why I know this know it.
I know why.
Yeah, we know it.
But we're not going to talk about it.
What I was gonna say, it's one thing protesting about not spending money inside the stadium, but they have revenues outside, and it's not stopping people from using them shops. It's not we can't really hit them where it hurts because ultimately they make so much money off of us.
Yeah, but also because I'm a Tottenham One member, I buy it in January because it's 25 quid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, right? I don't know about you, but I always look at this, right? So you will notice recently, and more recently than others, is the South Stand and the touchline are always sold out. That's the hardcore fans, right? That's like me, yeah?
Yeah.
You will see tickets, loads of tickets available, right? Here's another thing, right? Ticket sales have been declining since Thomas Frank has come in, right? Here's the knock-on effect of that. Here's the knock-on effect with that. I say this to a lot of people because the football economics we need to get around, right? So you've got a mum, a dad, and a kid, yeah? Right? So they buy the tickets for 3 people, right? They go in there, you can't leave, so you've got to buy food and drink in there, right? Even if you don't want to, I'm sorry, if your kid is screaming, you're going to buy them a burger, right? You also want a couple of pints, right? So you've got to realize, and also your impulse buy. There's a reason why there's a merch store. I buy a woolly hat sometimes or a gloves because I'm freezing, and you can moan at me all you want. I don't care. I'd rather be warm than not, right? So if you've got families, right, that aren't going, because I went to the North Stand against Villa, right, in the FA Cup because I didn't want to go to the South Stand because that place is going to get toxic when we lose. So I went to the North Stand. There was hardly anyone there. You could see empty seats everywhere, right? But the problem is I don't know if you noticed this, they're lowering ticket prices from 90 quid to 30 quid. That is a massive discount, right? Through official channels. I can't talk about ticket touts because we never talk about ticket touts, but if you know, you know. So if they're lowering the prices of the tickets, those tickets are going on general sale. Not even prioritize season ticket holders or Hotspur One Advanced. I think there's 3 levels of Hotspur membership. You get the premium. I don't get the premium because I don't use Spurs Play or any of that crap, right? You got the premium, then you got the normal, then you got the juniors, right? For families and stuff. Those are not being prioritized, right? They're going straight on general sale. And I think it was against Dortmund. They were about 10 to 12,000 short. 12 to 10,000 people short. That's a huge impact if you think about it, right? If you're talking about the whole economics of the stadium, not just the ticket prices.
Yeah.
They're going on general sale, boys. General sale. You don't even need to wait. They're straight on general sale. That West Ham game, right? The only reason that West Ham game got pretty much sold out, and Cookie, you know this, is because it was an easy win.
Yep.
An easy win. Yep. Right? Manchester City sold out because it's Manchester City. People are coming to watch Manchester City, boys and girls, not Tottenham.
Not Tottenham, yeah, true.
So you can see,
fun.
Exactly. You can because if no offense in the Champions League, if we're playing Barcelona, I'm bloody going, mate. I want to see Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, bro. I want to see those and Lewandowski, mate. I want to see some ballers at that stadium.
You want to see some real players? Yeah. Of course, bro. Of course.
And if we're playing Bayern, I'm definitely going because I'm a massive Harry Kane boy. But that's by the way. But anyway, so if we are seeing in this season a steady decline of ticket sales, a decline of ticket prices, the board can see that the revenue must be going down. So again, hitting them in their pockets. We're already doing that, mate. We're already doing that.
But we could do it even more by staying away as well. But the thing is, fans will go. Fans will go because they love their club. Yeah. Any club that is, not just us.
Yeah, problem is
they're not getting entertained. Do you know what? I don't get, right? They're not getting entertained at Spurs. We're losing. How many games we lost? 25 out of 38 or something like that, isn't it? 25 games.
It's not good.
It's not good. And it's right? So we're not getting entertained. We're losing. We better not lose tomorrow.
It's not even funny losing. It's not even funny losing because TJ will know this because I had a season ticket last season, so I went to every home game because last season I got really, really ill, but that's by the by. So I stopped going away games, and I didn't go to about 10 games. Right. So this season I went to Burnley home, Aston Villa twice. Don't know why I went back for glutton. I'm just a glutton for punishment, mate. I went twice, right? I went
to see Rodgers play.
Yeah, exactly. I went up to Everton. I went to Everton because I was like, I went to Everton purely because I wanted to see the new stadium, which is nice. Not as good as ours, but it's really nice. Nice and romantic. Took my ex-girlfriend there. Dinner, football match. We won, so it was good. Right. Yeah. I only went to the Crystal Palace game because I live in London where I've got the Valley, the Den, I've got Sellers Park and the London Stadium right near me, right? So away, I'm quite near to Fulham as well and Brentford, yeah? So I'm not going to away games, but I live in London. I went to the Crystal Palace game only because I got a free ticket, right? And I always love to take the piss out of Crystal Palace fans, but that's by the by, right? We won that game, but that was the
Is there
worst.
Any Crystal Palace fans left to take the piss out
anyway. But no, that football, that Cookie, you had it with West Ham. You said you've only been to our stadium once. You went to see that game on a free. Would you have given that ticket up during that game and just said, look, mate, you can watch the rest of the game?
Oh yeah, I'd have been out of there, mate. I'd have been out. I was absolutely. Go on, Nige. What are you going to say?
So I just got to jump because I got to.
I'm going to have to jump as well, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to have to jump as well.
You've seen the light, brother.
Listen, we've been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to let people know we will round the show off now. I just want to. Nige is on in the morning. I know that. Nige is on in the morning at 8:30 till 9:30. I've been cheeky because I've booked the breakfast show as well at 9:30 again. So I'll be following Nige tomorrow. Also,
A double whammy.
Yeah, I know. TJ, have you got anything coming up, mate?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to be doing a protest live stream with Eugene and a protest watch along. So perfect. So I'm going to be interviewing fans that are at the protest. What I've been doing every single home game, I'm trying to make sure that I get through authentic views. Sometimes you hear Tottenham's this and all. I actually generally, I'm making it in my power to go to all home games and do at least 20 interviews to see if anybody's welcome on my channel, whether you disagree with me, whether you think Frank is the right manager for Tottenham, come on my channel. Our opinions matter. Our opinions matter. So you're all welcome. If you see me at the game, I'm going to see you, Queen Ellie, as well. What time are you looking to get to the game?
Well, I'll get down there about 1 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
Maybe even earlier.
Coach and Horses. You go to the Coach and Horses for a sneaky one.
I do, and I like the Bill Nick, and I like the Antwerp Arms.
Mate.
Yeah.
You jump, mate. I'll speak to you in the morning. Right. Thanks, Nige.
Right.
Anyway, in a bit. Thank you for having me on, Mark. And come on, you Spurs.
Yeah. You're more than welcome. Phil, just have a shout out for your channel before we go, mate.
I've got my BMGT, which is movies, games, and television. We've got a brand new show coming out on Monday. Me and Corey, we're going to talk about the brand new Wonder Man series that was released last week. Come over and enjoy.
I want your thoughts on that, mate. I want your thoughts on that because, mate, I couldn't even get through the first episode, man. I couldn't. I was just like, nah, man.
Nah, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6 are very, very good. Episode 4, when you see Doorman, is a very good episode. It'll tell you a lot about the MCU and why heroes can't be actors and that. It's very, very good. But we're going to talk more about it on Monday anyway.
Oh, watch that for sure, bro.
Sounds good.
Ellie, have you got anything going on your Instagram and TikTok and stuff, or whatever you do?
Yeah, I'm always on TikTok. If you check out my TikTok, that's really good because I do lots of different videos. I post them to the WhatsApp groups a lot. I don't know whether anybody watches them, but I just do it for my own enjoyment. And I love Spurs and I love doing Spurs stuff. So anybody out there, I'm at Queen Ellie Coys.
Happy days.
You are a naughty lady, Ellie. You are a very naughty lady.
On Twitter, I'm on Spurs Are My Passion. That's because they are. I love my club. I love our club, sorry.
Absolutely.
You might be a very naughty lady. I'm going to make you laugh on the air, real talk, because you make me laugh on air, love. So I'm going to make you laugh on air.
I've been on your show.
Listen, you lot, whoever's going tomorrow, I know you're going, Ellie. Guy, are you going tomorrow?
No, I'm in recovery. I'm in recovery. So unfortunately, I've got I've been coated to Kide, mate. I've got plantar fasciitis really badly, man.
Oh no, I've got that as well. Right in my left foot. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to have steroid injections. Yeah. But so tomorrow I'll be on Spurs U Asian TV with Eugene and TJ, and I've been. Because I don't do content. I'm one of those guys. I'm sorry, I don't do content. But I'm on Ricky Villa TV. So Ricky Villa TV on Sunday, 11:30. I've been invited to his panel to be a kind of mainstay on there. Check out Dana List as well. Big up Dana List.
I love Dan.
Absolutely. Check out all the Spurs YouTube creators, whether they're big, whether they're small. It doesn't matter. Sub up to them. And then you get everyone's different side of the view. Then that's the way
I've been making Savva laugh all evening. Me and Savva are having a light old banter. It was really good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, on that note, I'd just like to say thank you to all the guests that have been on tonight. Really enjoyed the last couple of hours. Big up to all the chat that's been in here. Thanks to everyone. I'm on in the morning, 9:30. Nige is on at 8:30. guys on Ricky Villa TV at 11:30 tomorrow. So there you go. There's a few hours for you before the game. Make sure you get in, sub to all the channels, like the stream. And on that note, I would like to say, come on, you Spurs.
You Spurs.
Coys.
Go.